Let's see ya.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of Dudes At Ringside Podcast, because we're internationally known. And I'm Joe Panther the third, and I screwed up my whole intro, but that's fine. We're not redoing the intro. But I am adding another awesome name to my Australian Wall of Fame. Ryan, welcome to Dudes At Ringside Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. If my American fans are not familiar with you, and why would they not be, introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Ryan Allan. I've been a professional wrestler for 16 years. Recently, being to America myself, wrestled in California and Las Vegas around WrestleMania week last year. Yeah, no, WrestleMania week last year around. That was my first overseas match.
Wow.
In the United States. So
what, because you're from Australia, and like a lot of wrestlers that you know are probably like looking at you like you taking this trip. Like, so what was it like when you decided to plan that trip to Vegas? Did it take a while for you to think, like, what did it process in your head that I'm leaving my lovely background of Australia to fly across the country, across the globe, to do what I do for a living, but in Vegas for WrestleMania weekend? Did it hit you all at once that you were going to the United States, or was it like a big package thing that it like took you a month or two to realize I'm going to the United States for WrestleMania weekend?
Okay, so really how it came about was I'll just go through it. My history. I've been unfortunate enough to be either poor or injured. So financially, I was never really able to travel. I was never really able to get myself out there, even in Australia. And being in Perth, in WA, we're incredibly isolated from the rest of the country. So flights are expensive. But landed myself a stable job. A friend landed himself a stable job. And we both kind of just went, why don't we do Mania? So we did. And I was able to basically just go from there. I planned my wrestling appearances around the trip that we had, and very luckily stumbled into an opportunity where I was able to compete in a battle royale. Only a battle royale, but hey, it's a battle royale. You know, I wrestled on WrestleMania weekend. I'm incredibly happy about that. So, just kind of walked into it and it worked out.
Did you do you think you gained any fans while being there? Because I know a lot of people from across the pond, or like from a different country, 90% of the fans for WrestleMania weekend are either diehard indie fans that just followed WrestleMania to go to WrestleCon, or they're like newbie WWE fans going, oh, let me just go to this one indie show and check out these people, and they're like, who is this guy from Australia coming to WrestleMania weekend? Did you think you opened of any eyes of any fans?
I don't think so.
Oh no!
In Las Vegas, no, I didn't, because I was in a very short, like I was saying, and grateful for the opportunity I was given, but I was in a battle royale for about a minute.
Oh no!
So I came in and got chucked over basically. But I can say I wrestled on WrestleMania weekend. I'm very happy about that. It's better than not wrestling on WrestleMania weekend. And I made some friends, made some connections, and had a great time. And that's what we do this for, right? Obviously success is one thing, but what's the point of doing something if you don't enjoy it? And I really enjoyed myself. It was just a great time,
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's amazing for you, and amazing for your your family, what was your family's thought process that you were leaving as I said, leaving the comfort of Australia to go across the country, across the globe, and go to Australia? I mean, go to Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, to represent yourself and Australia in the battle royal, but still, you're opening the minds of wrestling fans. So, what did your family think about that? You're going to Vegas.
My family, I think my family just thought I was going on holiday. Really, they didn't really think of the matches I would be having. But I no, I ended up sending them the footage to one of my matches. I worked for Millennium Pro Wrestling while I was there, based in Chatsworth in California, and had a match with Ray Rosas, who has been a vet for about 16 years and has way more reps than what I have at my 16 years. So that was an amazing opportunity, and that was an amazing match. I felt like I had a great time with Ray. I would wrestle him again in a heartbeat.
Mm.
That I sent that back to my family because the match footage came out very, very quickly. So and yeah, my dad was particularly thrilled to see that. But yeah, the Vegas match I kind of just stumbled into. I work for a company here, Southern Territory Wrestling, and we had a guest in Paul London just before WrestleMania weekend. And Paul's located in California and was going to be at WrestleMania weekend. He was wrestling for a few promotions, and he was basically the guy that got me involved in the Battle Royale. So shout out to Paul. Yeah,
Of course, always.
he basically talked to the promoter and got me involved. And yes, it was only a minute, but it was a minute where I had a lot of fun and made some friends. So yeah, what more can you say? It's
Yeah.
great time. I really would like to go back to the States. I'd love to wrestle in you got Primal in San Diego. I'd really love to go there. And yeah, return to Millennium Pro Wrestling as well. Compton Mania was where I had the Battle Royal, by the way, and I'd love to go back there too. So
Yeah, it's one thing to be seen on your normal scale, but then it's also cool to think and put it off your bucket list or your wrestling bucket list. You were seen during WrestleMania weekend. Not a lot of
yeah,
wrestlers had that opportunity. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Because
that's
promoters are.
sorry.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, all I was going to say is, yeah, that's how I took it as well. That you could go to WrestleMania weekend and no one know who you are, and because the demand is so high, you've got so many names that people know of, and home promotions are trying to look after their own as well. It's very, very difficult for some random unknown person from Perth, Western Australia, to kind of just be like, "Oh, hey, please book me," and they're like, "Who the hell are you?" We've got so many other talents that are here from all over the world, not to mention our own homegrown talent. So, it's hard to get a shot. I got a shot, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So let's go back. Now that you have this timeline in my mind of like a Marvel timeline, that star that Mania weekend. Let's go back to the beginning for you.
Yep.
Where
Okay.
did Yeah, I always love doing this. And if you watch my episodes this year, like I had like that Marvel bar of your career. When it
Okay.
started, who got you into wrestling? Was it a match? Was it a person? Was it a friend that brought you to an indie show or brought you to the school that you landed on?
Okay. So my past was I've been a wrestling fan for years and years and years, ever since I was about 11, I think. And always loved it, always watched it with my brother. And one day, my brother and I were talking, and he ended up saying, "I'd love to have done wrestling." And I said, "Well, why don't you?" And he went, "Can I?" And I was like, "Well, of course you can. There's got to be promotions locally." And for me, right at that point, I wasn't focused on wrestling. I was focused on music. I wanted to actually start making music and playing gigs live locally. And maybe touring. That was my mindset at the time. Wrestling was kind of the thing that took a back seat. But he really wanted to do wrestling, and he ended up finding school. It was the All Action Wrestling Academy. It was neither of us could drive, so we had to get a very long train ride down there, and I was just there to support him. I never signed up, and I took him to his first session, and he enjoyed it, and he kept training, and then he had his first match. I went to his first match. I watched the show, and I watched his match, and the main event, which was I think it was a 2 out of 3 falls match between Andrew the Shark Carter and Erico, American guy from, I think, Indiana. Don't quote me on that. It's ages ago, so I can't remember where he's from. Anyway, I watched that match, and I watched my brother's match, and I asked myself, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I should be doing this. I've always wanted to do this. And, it was after that show that I signed up, I started training, and yeah, the rest is history.
Oh, wow. So who trained you?
So originally I was trained by Andrew Carter at All Action Wrestling. I eventually moved promotion, and I was trained more so by Explosive Pro Wrestling's Academy, School of Professional Wrestling. And that was from 2014 onwards. And yeah, so the names of Shane Haste, before he left the WWE, was helped me train. There was I still currently train under Damian Slater, the Don Michael Morleone. I had training under David Storm as well, who was a huge name in WA, basically the godfather of Western Australian pro wrestling. So I've had quite a few people help me learn my craft.
Wow, awesome. So you got your training, your brother got you into wrestling. Do you remember the first time they told you were going to get your first match? And what kind of match was it?
It was a tag match. I was tagging with my brother, and I did not feel like I was ready at all. But I got through it, but I moved very, very quickly. Never forget, after the match, we went over dirty, and I was yelling at the babyface from the ring, and I was on the ramp. He spat at me, and where did that spit go? Landed all the way while I was jaw-jacking, traveled all the way to the stage, and went right down the back of my bloody throat.
Oh,
it was disgusting. And I kept a straight face, and just kept going, went backstage, and immediately was spitting on the floor and washing my mouth.
Oh. No.
I couldn't believe the accuracy.
It was like something out of a horror movie, like something out of one of those 80s movies, and the guy throws the dart, and it's like right in the girl's butt.
Yeah, it was, but he was so far away. Like, I can't believe that he got from, because it was a big venue. It was like a real long stretch to get to the ring, and I was basically by the staging, and it flew, and out of all places, right down the back of my throat while my mouth was open.
Ugh.
I couldn't believe it. But yeah, that's my first match.
Wow. It's funny, you broke a trend. Like, I've asked people that question for like 2 years, and everybody's first match that I've ever interviewed always gets that. Not to say sorry to all my fans, my guests that I've had on, they always had that bad experience of doing a Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's first match is the Rumble, and that's not bad. It's an appearance. They're showing you're getting featured, even though you're in it for like less than 3 seconds. But still, like, I would be so shitting my pants if I was in a Rumble. Plus, these red glasses, they're not cheap. My luck, I'd be like, I did it, I'm in the Rumble, and then I turn around and it's like Dean Schnitzky. It's not my fault. You broke my glass. Like, Schnitzky, you owe me $19.95, you big doofy dickhead. I'm not lying. Dean Schnitzky actually is part trainer at a school near me. Um, Battlefield. I think I mentioned it, Battlefield Pro Wrestling, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Battlefield's
Been,
in Pennsylvania, and if you ever come back to the United States, definitely hit them up because
yeah, okay.
shout out to Afa. Afa is the son of one of the former Wild Samoans,
Hmm.
and he will teach you and show if you he'll have you present your character to him. Almost like bloodline to the table. Present your character. Okay. He'll tell you what you need to work on, what you need to change, how you present your character. Like he has changed so many of these kids he worked with, and now their characters are just like stick and stone. Know what he needs to do. He has a character that's in his promotion that's a nerd. That's an intelligent nerd. I don't know. I gotta find his episode out the same. JJ Smith. That's the guy's name. JJ
Okay.
Smith, member of the Nerd World Order. I me and him have that joke. And the NWO, Nerd World Order. We're gonna get so into that. But he's like, don't tell everybody about the Joe. But it's like his character is a nerd, and his character is like chef kiss. You'll see nerds in wrestling, but you never see a JJ Smith. His character is a super smart wrestling nerd, and he will get you. He'll take his book out, and you go to clothesline him, and he'll just be like, he'll pull his hand from behind the book and go like this. And you're like, and pulls the book down, boop. And you're like, oh, damn it. Like, he catches you. You go to clothesline him, he'll move with the book. He'll keep reading the book and move out of the
Yeah,
way. Like,
this is fantastic. See, I actually tagged with a guy who had a gamer gimmick. His name's Jordan Bishop. Great guy. We tagged for years, and before he still did a little bit of it when we tagged. We changed our characters slightly, but when he was previous to our tag team, he would constantly like play like a PSP, and he would do all his running spots with the PSP and just not take his eyes off it and just like avoid things and just constantly be playing the PSP. And it's very, very similar to what you just described. He always did it very well. Like it was never awkward or anything like that. It was so fucking fluid.
there's a guy I interviewed last year. His character had almost like that movie Click, the Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, it's not. That's not John Stop Action, is it?
What was that?
John Stop Action.
Maybe I thought it was called Click.
Maybe.
Maybe it's
Very
different.
okay.
Maybe it's named something in Australia differently, but it was called Click. And
Oh, okay.
he had a blue controller, and he would do things. He would stop. But this guy's character was like that, so he would go pause, and he would yell pause, and the rest would be like, and
Yeah, yeah,
They had to do it and speed up, like
yeah.
fast forward and rewind, and then he would go all the way back. The wrestler had to go back to the entrance way, come out to the ring.
All right. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I've got the same guy. The guy I know, he only pauses. Like
Yeah.
when he has to stop, and then when he stops, he's paused, and then people might move him around to a different position, and then when he plays again, he'll resume the action, maybe facing a different direction. There's quite a
Yeah.
lot of comedy spots that come from
Maybe
it.
that's
I'm
the
not
same
sure if
guy.
we're talking about the same one. It
When he
might be.
told me
It
about
might
that,
be.
oh my god, it was so cool. He actually paused the interview on me. I said pause. I was like, unpause. What just happened? I was like, what happened? I was like, it even worked on StreamYard. I don't know how it happened. I've been. That's the second time that something happened like that to me. The first time I had a female wrestler, I get scared even thinking about saying her name. It gives me the nervous stomach bubbles, like when I see a giant tall redhead. But that's a different story for a different podcast. Um, she took her hand toward the end of the episode and just did this to me, and
Yeah.
I was like, I got see I in my head behind my eyes I saw the eye. Like her hand went up and all I saw is this eye, and I went into a trance. All I know is I, I don't know how I did it. Zombie mode. When I unstopped recording it, but after I did recording she disappeared, and I don't know how I loaded the episode, but I was just in a trance. My mom found me at my laptop staring at the for like an hour, and that was the weirdest thing ever happened to me. I'm a Panther had to like John Cena me for like 10 minutes, and She was like, thought I was dead. I was just like, what the? But do you have any wrestlers that you would absolutely love to add, like you have on your bingo card that you want to wrestle this year from Australia that you have not, wrestlers and places like promotions that you have not been to yet?
Oh, there's so many promotions I haven't been to because I'm so isolated on the West Coast.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's the problem. It's like a lot of my wrestling experience is all within the one city, so it's difficult to get myself out there, and especially when you need money to travel. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't, yeah, like money's always the story about it. But uh, I've never had a one-on-one match with Marcus Pitt from TMDK. I would love to have a one-on-one match with him. The entire time I've wrestled for Explosive Pro Wrestling, which is his home promotion as well, since 2014, we have never had a one-on-one match. Once had an interaction in a Rumble. That's it. So I'd love to have a singles match with him. There are a lot of younger guys popping up now. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm 38. So like,
it's okay, buddy.
yeah, I'm still going. The wheels haven't fallen off yet, considering I've got the injury tally is getting pretty high. I'd like to have a match with Elijah Henry. He's doing very fucking well. Yeah, I think he's going places. I don't think he's going to remain in Australia. Yeah, the list is huge. There's a lot of people I haven't worked with. What I am doing as well as for promotion, Southern Territory Wrestling, I'm working with a lot of the up and coming talent, a lot of the new guys, and I'm enjoying doing that too because I'm giving back. I'm helping people, and yeah, there's a small division there. They're like, it's called STW Step Up. It's like it's like giving chances to people who aren't as established, and it's like it happens just before the main Southern Territory Wrestling show. So I usually appear on there, and I usually have matches with people who haven't had as many reps in the ring. And yeah, it's always fun mixing it up with new people, having their first matches, second matches, or 12th or 13th, like those kinds of people who have been around for that sort of time, it feels like a great accomplishment giving back.
So when it comes to your training, I know a lot of wrestlers take their time and like certain days they do their training. Like, how many times a day do you do your training?
So we're talking wrestling in ring training.
Yeah,
on
like
average,
I guess like gym. I would say you would like your gym, your normal like gym to keep in like wrestling shape kind of training. I mean,
oh, okay, yeah, sure. So I go to the gym. I try to go to the gym 5 days a week. I do 2 days of chest, and I do chest and biceps, so my triceps don't get tired. I do, and then I switch it around. I do back and I do triceps. So I've got 2 days of each. I've got 1 day of legs, and I only do 1 day of legs because I've got a bad knee. So I don't want to overdo it with legs and basically wreck my knee. I mix shoulders and core into the other workouts. On a day where I have, I always have time for it, but I just fit it in on the easiest day for me that week.
So you said you were like you do lots of different like with music.
Yeah.
What would you say, like what kind of genre of music are you in a rock band or like?
I don't play in a band with other people anymore. I just write my own music now. So I'm mainly metal and extreme metal, a bit of hardcore punk as well. I have been writing music by myself. Since about 2013, but most of the early stuff is crap. Since about 2016, it's been like I really studied and knuckled down with it, and I've released a few albums online. Nobody really knows much about my stuff, but it's fun to do. I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I enjoy creating. I'll have another one coming out this year, and then I'm going to take quite a long break and focus more on wrestling. I mean, I focus on wrestling all the time anyway. That's why I'm like, there's too much going on for me, so I've got to take a break.
Yeah, that with wrestling, it could be make or break. And you said with your injuries, like when you got them, like if you want to discuss it, like when you
Yeah.
had your most recent injury, like how long did it take you to rehab to be able to be back to your normal form again?
So that was about a year, and I'll just say before I start there, with when it comes to like music, that's really how I've spent my downtime. So it's kind of like I don't have a stop button. So that probably explains it a little better. Like when I'm done training, I'll focus on like the next album or getting the vocals down or getting the guitar recorded, and that it's kicking my ass. So that's why I'm more or less bringing it to a stop. But when I was injured, I had that time to focus on it. So that's where it has worked out. And most of the injuries I've had have taken me out for about a year at a time. So while I've been a wrestler for 16 years, I've only got about, I would say about 14 years of in-ring because, maybe a little less as well, 13 and a half. Because, yeah, I've had like a history of just bloody catastrophic injuries.
Mm.
The worst one, I broke my neck in two places. That was so the story was there. Doing the triple moonsault, the super crazy one, bottom rope, middle rope,
Oh my
top rope.
god!
So like, and I've been doing that for years. And just this one day, the ropes were a little looser. I thought, no, I'll make that. That's fine. Bottom rope went fine. Second rope slipped, and it was like I just jumped straight on the back of my head. And boom, I felt it immediately. Everything felt loose. And I was like, that's not right. And the trainer who was in the ring with me, who had just done a second rope moonsault and, completed it properly, he's like, you okay? That looked bad. I was like, it felt bad. Luckily, he lived in the same sort of area as me. He goes, you better go to the hospital and I'm going to sort of, escort you down the freeway. And I'm driving down the freeway. I'm checking my blind spot. And the minute I look back and check my blind spot, my fingers go numb. And I go, this ain't good. I've done something now. My fingers are tingling. I can't feel them. And so it was a good 45-minute drive. I stopped, walked to the hospital, walked into the hospital, told them what happened. And they turned around and they brought me in immediately and they laid me down the bed and said, you can't move. And did some scans. They wouldn't even let me take a piss. I actually had to put a catheter in.
Oh my god!
I was like, I just want to use the toilet, and they're like, no, you've got to use a catheter. Like, so that I was pissed off with that because I think it can't. I know my fingers are tingling, but it surely can't be that bad. And I fell asleep. Waiting for the results, and I woke up with the doctor. Like it was something out of a dream. I thought I was dreaming. The doctor leant over me and he's like, "Hello, you awake?" And like, he's like prodded me on the shoulder, and I woke like with him like looking right at me, and he goes, "You've broken two bones in your neck. You're not allowed to move." And I was like, I thought I was like, it was a dream. So yeah, that was pretty surprising. I was stuck on a really hard bed for hours and hours to the point where the pain was worse in my back from lying on this horrible hard bed than it was in my neck. And I'm somebody that tries to avoid painkillers. I don't like, I try not to touch like anything, any medication if I can, unless it's 100% necessary. I was screaming for pain relief. I was in such pain, my lower back from leaning on this. It was like basically like a board on a bed. And I was screaming in agony. I need pain relief. And no matter what they gave me, it would never be enough. So I finally got some small scans done. They let me sit up. So that took the pressure off my back. It felt so much better. Had the surgery and I said, we're going to have a try of you walking around. I shot out of that bed and walked around that hospital like my life depended on it because I did not want to be stuck on that bed any longer. And yeah, they let me go home within a day. But that was horrible.
Yeah, that sounds horrible, dude. Ryan, that's
yeah. Well, look, luckily I'm I live in Australia as well. So most of that I didn't pay for. So that was the big relief on me. I didn't need to worry or stress about any of that. But the pain itself was just, it was horrible. Yeah, I basically paid for my hospital stay. That was it. And that was like nothing. The other massive one I had was I did the full Seth Rollins plus another ligament in my left knee.
Oh my god.
So I tore my ACL, MCL, LCL, and meniscus all at once from a guillotine choke. The guy locked me in the guillotine choke, and I wasn't expecting it. And my legs were too close together. Didn't have the stability in my left knee, just basically caved in. And I think you watch some MMA videos of guillotine chokes. There's a lot of injuries with them, and I think they're banned from certain martial arts now because of the amount of knee injuries that come from guys doing guillotine chokes. And yeah, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That was so hard to recover from. And I'd come back about 8 months from a neck injury, and then I was taken out again. It was another year on the shelf. So I had to rehab the knee. It feels like a piece of plastic is in my knee. Like it feels like a peg leg. But I've had the better half of my career after the injury. So I think I've had definitely the better side of my career has been on the limited movement Ryan Allan than the full movement Ryan Allan. So
yeah, like it must be hard because I know you guys put your heart and soul into this business, and like for an injury like that, you must have been like heartbroken because this is your passion to be a wrestler. Like,
yeah,
it's
well,
I'm not even a wrestling fan, so I'm a fan, and I get sad for you guys when I see someone gets hurt and they're like they show the picture of their hand with the thing on. I'm like, oh no, that's who
well, that's the funny thing as well.
Yeah,
that's the funny thing as well. Like you say, just saying you see the picture of someone's hand. Well, there was another wrestler who had a knee injury, literally in the same week, and I said, "Oh God, I'd hate anything to happen to my knee." And 2 days later, it happened to me, and it was worse. Like it was, I saw his injury. He goes, "I'm retiring from wrestling. I can't do it anymore." I was like, yeah, something like that. I don't want to quote his exact words. It was too long ago. But he said something like, this has taken a substantial toll on me, and I think that's the end of my career. I was like, well, that's sad. I'd hate for anything to happen to my knee. And then 2 days later, couldn't believe it. And same with the neck. It was actually the week I was talking about the neck. I think a lot of people have seen the video of Hayabus's the line salt that goes wrong and he breaks his neck. Is what turns him into a quadriplegic. We were discussing that. And I said, oh, yes, that's why I never go for like a second rope lime salt, because that terrifies me. That's a move that terrifies me. It's like just that vision of him landing on the top of his head. It's like etched into my mind. But from the corner, I have the confidence. And yeah, lo and behold, like a week later, I break my neck. So with the second rope, just from the corner. So yeah. It's I've done one since I come back. It scares the hell out of me, but I was doing it to say that I'm not scared, and the rope was tighter, so it didn't slip. But yeah.
So if my fans could follow you on social media, how can they find you?
So Instagram is mainly where I interact with my fans. Ryan Allan PW. Allan spelled ALLAN. A lot of people misspell it EN. My Facebook is at Ryan Allan Pro Wrestler, I think. Try and remember it. But you'll find me if you search me on Facebook anyway. Ryan Allan Professional Wrestler. My character is nothing like I'm talking to you now. I'm a raving lunatic. So you see a guy with a black and white video with noise all over the place, shouting like a fucking mental patient. You found the right person. So,
the episode that actually aired on the date we're recording this, her character's crazy. So she literally, I was like, am I safe? Am I okay? And she's like, I took my meds today. We're good. I'm like, fuck.
That's great. I should have thought of that.
But she was cool. Like, I was scared. I was like, how are we walking into this? Like, am I in danger? Like,
Yeah.
what's his name from The Simpsons? I'm in danger. Like, only
Yeah.
I wouldn't get a copyright strike for playing that clip during the episode. I'm in danger. Like,
Yeah.
um,
That
yeah. If my fans want to like pick up any merch, I know you said you sold out, but like if they wanted to get any merch, is there any way they could pick it up in the United States, or is there any website you have your stuff on?
I don't have my stuff on any website. I was going to set one up. There was an Australian one was really close to setting up on, and it went under. So
Oh,
I haven't got anything online. I should really look into that, but at this point, just DMing me. I've got to look to getting new t-shirts made anyway. Yeah, hopefully I get onto that soon.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it would be only through direct message at the moment.
Okay. Um, Before we go, if there was, if you wanted to write a letter to a younger version, younger Ryan, what would it say in that letter and why?
Oh, 100%. It would be focused on this more, because the opportunities would be there. As most people know now, obviously we've had in Perth, we've just recently had Crown Jewel. WWE came then, and then there was Elimination Chamber before that. I don't think anybody thought that there would be a microscope on Australia, or particularly on in Perth. You know, you would not have thought the first Australian SmackDown and Raw would be in Perth, Australia, out of all places. The eastern states tend to get everything, so never would have thought that. And for me as well, I was scattered. I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I loved wrestling, but I was distracted by all these things. I would tell myself to knock it down and really, really go for it. That's what I feel like when I realized, and I really started to get into pro wrestling. Um, I was getting on. I was getting old, and yeah, for some people they can find it when they're older, but generally, I feel like companies like WWE and AEW, they kind of look for younger talent.
Yeah.
Not that I was too old at the time, but that was only when I started to really take it seriously. And when you're coming from a place like Australia, you've still got to really stand out and really get yourself out there. And I felt like I'd let my younger years sort of go by. But yeah, I think I could have made something more of myself. So that would definitely be the main body of the letter. It'd be actually focus on this. It could take you somewhere. Um, that's really it. But yeah, I think also would have been to travel more and take more of a risk. Yes, I've had problems with, having the funds for that, but I reckon I could have taken a few risks here and there and actually got some pretty cool stuff out of it. And I didn't do that. So yeah, that's probably a bit of a regret for sure.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much for taking this opportunity to come on the podcast, represent yourself, represent Australia. Once again, in my virtual Wall of Fame, you're going up there with the likes of Savannah. As I said, there's Freak, because she's an amazing Australian female wrestler. Violet Blitz and much more in that Wall of Fame should be so much bigger. But then it's so hilarious that I get no messages back. I hope I get back a message back from your friend that you mentioned in the chat, because I need to get
Yeah.
myself in
Well,
shape. Hint, hint.
I
Let's
see you. I see you interviewed Corey Beck the other week as well. She's going places.
yes, Corey Beck. Yep, she's. And I love the Australian wrestling scene. Before you go, man, what does it feel like to know that the Australian wrestling scene is getting really popular now because of the likes of
Yeah.
Mommy Rhea Ripley? Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Small world, really. Like I know people that know Rhea personally from when she did her trips to Perth and wrestled for the likes of New Horizons Pro Wrestling. Yeah, so it's like when she comes down for WWE now, for some people it's like catching up with an old friend. But yeah, you've I think it was this week. Yeah, earlier this week, You've got the Dropouts and Ricky South. I think there are more. Have got like WWE tryouts now. There's like people are starting to pay attention to the scene. They're starting to pay attention to PWA and EPW and Riot City Wrestling and Melbourne City Wrestling, like the main four. But of course, there are more. People are really starting to actually pay attention, and it is very possible to get snapped up by AEW or WWE. I mean, Lena Cross just debuted.
Yeah.
AEW. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty amazing things are happening.
Awesome. Dude, once again, I want to thank you so much. I am Joe Panther III. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Follow this gentleman on all social medias you can. Definitely, if you're a podcaster, definitely book him. His interview was so cool. We could definitely do a part 2 because I know there's so much more that you probably wanted to talk about. But I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Ryan Allan.
And we will catch you in the next one. Keep on rocking, everybody.
Thanks for having me.